morning. Here we are talking about small fruit. So everyone wants to plant food in their gardens beyond just veggies. So what I've done today is gathered up some of my favorite small fruits that are easy to incorporate into the landscape. So what I've done is grabbed one of our favorite varieties called Boing. Boing produces fruit on second-year-old canes. So not the ones that came up the first summer, but the ones that have already been there. So these ones will produce fruit in summer, whereas the ones that produce fruit on the new growth will produce it later on in the summertime. So Boing is a really good variety. We love this one. Very prolific and super tasty berries. So the other type of fruit that we can grow here and people have had luck with is blueberries. So although they may not be the same size as the blueberries that you get in the grocery store, they still do quite well here. Blueberries like a full sun, well-drained area and also like acidic soil. So adding aluminum sulfate to the soil is a good idea when you're planting blueberries. Also planting them in a peat-rich mixture as well. So what I have here is a combination blueberry and this one has 3 varieties in it. It's got Polaris, North Blue and North Country. And planting multiple varieties of blueberries greatly increases your yields. These guys stay fairly small, probably around 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So very easy to work into the garden. That's blueberries here. So back here I've got, probably not as common, but I love them and I have quite a number of them planted in my yard. We have gooseberries and currants. So I don't know if you can see on this gooseberry plant, but it is absolutely covered, completely covered in fruit. So when the gooseberries start turning at that pinkish color, that's when you know that they're ready and they'll be the sweetest. If you were to pick them green like this, they'll be quite tart. And over here I have some currants as well. This is Ben Conan currant, so this is actually a type of black currant. And this one again, they're still green, so not quite ripe yet. Currants are best used right away after you pick them. So these are gooseberries and currants, and again, these guys are going to be about 3 to 4 feet tall, but very easy. Self-pollinating, however, you get higher yields if you plant gooseberries and currants together, or just different types of gooseberries together as well in the same yard. So that's gooseberries and currants. Alrighty. This beauty here. So not only is it very ornamental with its glossy leaves, it also produces really tasty sour cherries. And yes, we grow sour cherries here in Alberta. So this is Romeo. It's part of the Romance series. So Romeo produces fairly large sour cherries, and once the fruit ripens, it's almost like a dark burgundy color. Very juicy fruit and super tasty to eat fresh or to make pies with. So that's Romeo, part of the Romance series. Another big grouping we have is honeyberries. So honeyberries are very cold tolerant, and recently they came up with a new selection called the Boreal series. So the Boreal series contains Boreal Beauty, Boreal Beast, and Boreal Blizzard. So these 3 honeyberries bloom later on in the season, providing more food for honeybees. People often who have orchards will plant these varieties of honeyberries so that they still have food for their pollinators. So Boreal Blizzard and Boreal Beast are a good cross, and Boreal Beauty and Boreal Beast, Beauty and the Beast are a good cross as well. And honeyberries do need 2 different varieties that are compatible for cross-pollination. So often people will come in and they're like, oh, I have a honeyberry, but I have no idea what type it is. Often what we recommend is planting honeybee. This is honeybee here, and it is a universal cross-pollinator. So it'll work with any of your honeyberries that you may have in your garden if you're not sure what they are. So this is just a selection of some of the fruit that we carry here, but some of my favorites and some easy things to start out with. So if you have a little bit extra space in your garden, give it a go, and I'm sure you'll be happy with it.